His heart, that's his old man, not with a stick. Finally the old man. I can't see these two guys playing. Aggressive knock on the head to people. Angry scold Lao Tzu. I told you not to come here to fight. Stop talking and get back the air. Towards the two most likely. His mouth kept screaming, and he rushed to the front line for Lao Tzu. Lao Tzu led the charge with Lao Tzu. He said he took the lead. Towards the two most likely to arrive. But not 2 steps away. He spat out a sip of fresh blood. Steady eye. Staring at the surest side. Come on, come on. The last dwarf. It seems like I'm not afraid of big things. Jumping back and forth screaming. But it doesn't basically move. In the eyes of the other 3 names can't help but condense. The pond towards where he rolled his eyes endlessly scolding. It seems like I left the two most likely people. Aside don't care about. Fuck it. Every time you're around, it's the most fun. Try to at least profit. That's right, 3 times you go first. Or we're all out. Everybody calm down. The old man's been injured. Let's run. The dwarf just said. The other 3 dwarves rolled their eyes angrily again. Once again, they surrounded him and fought. Every time you pull your back. Influence our temperament. We just lost. That's right. Last time if you were not afraid of the enemy not advancing. Why did we lose? 3 people a battle, big eyes, lower forearm upper leg beat the cowardly dwarf. Creating a brawl that no one expected. Probably one side looks at it. With contemptuous lips murmuring his tears. These 4 people are really strong. Goddess Grace and Shame laughed. That's probably true. A thought for a moment. Finally laughing out loud. Rumors about them. The old man just heard. Never really fought before. There are rumors that the 4 of them were born with the same mother. So the spirit communicates. And that's why friction picked them up. And then give them the combination. I heard that the 4 of them took a lot of enemies. The weak win is obvious. But they often run into each other. Because the view doesn't fit. Probably touch your nose. Refused give the opinion shrug. Then you can deal with the enemy. I can't help but laugh for an hour. Don't pay attention to a drunk boxer. Take each one in the most positive direction. Maybe that's why they're being blamed. These 4 people are spiritually connected, but different personalities, so it's hard to get along. For example, the first dwarf had red hair. It's the old man in the book of the 4 deadly demons. Aggressive, gruff, almost brainless. No matter how strong the enemy is. He dared to go alone. I don't care if the brothers are behind me. Is it keeping up? This is also the reason for Sao. We can't feel it. Is that he's probing us with his primordial spirit. I've thrown a stick here before. Most likely, he nodded with a grin. I know how stupid he is. The holy day to take. It's about the second guy with blue and black plaid hair. The name asks us to pay for the staff. He is the second in the fourth book. Devil miser. He's a miser. Narrow vision. Most of the four. They often ignore the big picture for the sake of the small. It's a typical kind of small-scale greed. That kind of person is right to be beaten. Just care about a spiritual item. I don't pay any attention to my CA. When I meet you, I will fight for sure. Most people look at the Kier being beaten, screaming, suffering. There's nothing left to say. The celestial prayer faces up to the sky, laughing. I'm about to jump back and forth next to you, screaming again. He said 3 of the 4 books. Devil smart. This guy is smart and good at sneaking. I heard that 4 of them fight each time. He's always on the side of the gracious house, not contributing. But every time you take the enemy's head, the great leader is also him. So it can be considered a typical type of fame. There's finally a troll. Most people feel temporary. I nod my head and whisper. This guy's got a little bit of it. Use your mind, not your power. There's something about his intelligence. He used it to rob his people. It's over. Compared to the other 2, it's too late. The end of heaven. Just the guy with the mossy blue hair. Hide behind your back, say. The last one is the 4th of the 4 books. Devil cowardly. Every time he fights, he hides behind his back. But there's a rumor that he was the strongest of the 4. So a lot of competitors have to suffer for despising him. Most likely a nod. In his heart, he did not say his tears. Or you go there and provoke them. See how strong they are. The face of God stopped for a moment. One squid shook his head, tracked the butler. Don't be kidding. Don't see them like that now. It's really strong when you join forces. Heard 100 years ago. They're only in the 9-dimensional realm. He beat the master of magic to death. You can think. Usually at the same level. It is difficult to finish off the opponent. But when they're in the sky. He killed the master of magic. Now they're the big 3. I don't want to stick this old life in there. The corners of the mouth reveal strange curves. The most likely way is to speak. After all, their boss was injured. So maybe the power of combo will plummet. God's people hear this word. In the heart startled one. It is most likely, suddenly towards these 4 screaming dwarves. This old man said, your father must have played the sow. You've just given birth to 4 strange people. The sermon startled him to look at him, constantly resentful. This butler is playing me. Even if you are a noble, you can't hurt an elder like that. Whatever comes to this country, shocking tears have nothing to say. Keep screaming, that's right. The old man has blinded the 4 of you for a long time. If it's good, dive in. This word just came out, for people immediately stopped. Then shout for an hour. Turned into 4 streams of Kwang towards the celestial feast. Launch. 4 gas stations to make 1 machine. The tears of horror also feel stagnant breathing. Take a few steps back. Then I dare not delay. The sacred ceremony is in a hurry to release the atmosphere, strike out a sphere that gathers the energy of the whole body. Aggressive towards the oncoming gas killer. An explosion in the sky. The sacred ceremony was crashed out. In the heart of the sudden blood rush, the 4 black holes are still the same. Mom, you want to fight, right? The old man plays with you to the end. At first, but for the 4 demons, there's fear. But once you start a war, you're not afraid. Face up to the sky laughing. Friction of the first 3 extinction. Ma Long fetish. A dragon's cry echoed through the sky. A black dragon also appeared, carrying the earth-destroying atmosphere. There are auxiliary weapons. The heavenly ceremony, in the blink of an eye, overwhelmed the Kier atmosphere. 4 people look at the tears of the sky that emit strong energy. I can't help but be afraid to put it together, and it's over. And yet they cry out in fear. But a moment of horror struck. Sometimes I laugh at the devil. I won't play with you anymore. Suddenly there was a demonic atmosphere in front of the horrifying tears. Disappeared in the blink of an eye. I can't see it. One of his tricks fell into nothingness. At the same time, the image appeared too fast. Even his spirit can't get to him. Only the monstrous laughter still echoed, surrounded by his hand. This is, most likely, on the one hand, look outside of sanity. In the enchanted, the eyes can't shake now. The eyes of those for men have changed. Hi 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 hi. The monstrous laughter echoed in all 4 directions. The celestial prayer rolled its eyes. The face stopped looking at the remnants of the hidden escape. Suddenly, a storm has passed. The devil suddenly appeared in front of him. Swinging hands slapped straight down. He doesn't even know what happened. One side of the face is red, but he couldn't even make a sound. Another man's body appeared in front of him. Slap him in the eye that he just hit. The fire of the sky screamed loudly for an hour. Why did you just hit one side of the face? I can't change the other side. Hi 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 hi. I like that, you can handle it. The 4 sides echoed the monstrous laughter of the 4 demons. That's the most certain. I look slightly at them. It feels a little weird. Before, the speed of the killer demon is not that fast. After the injury, the speed is faster. But the power is weak. Suddenly a thought came through. Maybe your head can guess. Think about here, most likely towards the sky. Cry out loud. They let them fight. The ceremony was a bit of a shock. Not very clear. He was being beaten by them. But after careful thought, immediately clear the mind of the most ordinary track. The corners of his mouth revealed a cruel smile. These 4 dwarves dare to slap him, and he will return enough. Take a deep breath. The celestial feast makes a loud roar. The Fakir kids. If it's good, hit the other side of the old man's face. Hi, we're not fighting. We just hit one side. There's laughter in the air again. Now the wind's tearing again. A hand turned towards the face of the celestial feast. Hit through. And this one slap hasn't hit down yet. The celestial feast laughed coldly, holding my eyes full of fire. Fucking son of a bitch. That's not what Lao Tzu said. You hit him on the other side. You've been caught by Lao Tzu now, haven't you? You're dead. Grip 260 for friction 3 extinction BAU long devilish. Smiling tears for an hour. Looking at the devil. Cleverly say the combination of for people. You have also been destroyed by the old man. Go to hell and meet the king of hell. This time if you really hit. The 6th floor of the temple is the 6th floor of the temple. I can definitely beat the devil. Of course he knows this. Look at a right Kier hit. He trembled and screamed, and died. I'm really dead this time. 3 demons in a time of danger. Not counting on help. On the contrary, on the one hand, it's cowardly. It's gone. It's gone. I'm really dead this time. Now a moment a rite of tirade struck. It's hitting the air. He is unable to look. Don't know when. The clever devil Kier has his head shrunk. Just avoid a rite. The celestial prayer gnashed its teeth, gritted in anger, said, I fucking caught it in my hand. Can't even kill you? But let him get even more angry. Because he kept coming. The devil once again avoid his attack. Feast of horror with 2 eyes rolling. In my heart, I don't stop complaining. What the fuck is the situation? Even something that dodges the body is too evil. The most evil is the Kier. Give up or have faith. Thinking about it, he finally understood. These 4 demons are really evil. The devil is smart again. The tone of fear echoed. AI skin is dying. Right now. The most likely person outside suddenly screamed out loud. He was careful. The sacred ceremony from the waking mind. The other 3 demons flew in together. The speed of this moment is faster than before. The crowd couldn't even react. One hand holds the devil nimbly. The other hand attacks forward. The other 3 are in my eyes full of fear. But the chest and abdomen are shrinking. But you can escape the attack of the Lord. To see this scene, the 4 demons are laughing again. Under the combined attack of the 4 demons. I don't know when. They've climbed to the side of the stairs. He bit his arm. The sacred ceremony cried out for an hour. Can't help the pain of letting go. The devil is once again free. Just for a moment, the 4 demons are once again laughing. This time of the year is a little scary. These 4 people are relentless. He doesn't really understand what the hell they are. It's impossible to make it clear. I can't even understand when these 4 guys are strong. When weak, it gives people power without a place to use it. The lake looks out. There's a bit of doubt in my eyes. The 4 demons laughed for an hour. Together towards the Tierra high. Brothers, this time we will strip this old man of his clothes. Let him be ashamed to see you. 4 strange laughter echoed at the same time. The prayer suddenly stopped. Take a look at 4 pictures. But now the image is gone. At the same time, there are 4 ghosts. The feast of a battle. Not hesitate to strike out a right. But it didn't hit either. For PCSU Lin Kier quickly avoid escape. Then stick to his body. Wait until the spirit leaves. hovering in the air. It's a weird smile again. The holy day right now. There's only one piece of silver left. Panic looks at the image on four sides. That's what Ra is. This is their combo. Of course, the role of justice is above all else. Probably my eyes are a little shaky. He seemed to see through his tears. We are not their opponents. Get out. Just finished the surest words of the world to lead the young wings to fly away. Tears of horror bite their lips and whisper a sound of woe. Then follow his footsteps. The four demons appear again. I watched the two of you leave in the cold. That old man humiliated us. You're done. There's no door, the brothers chase. Stop the aggressive pursuit. Their speed is too fast. It's no less than a prayer. The sermon turned its head and looked back. I can't help but turn to the most confident side. These four guys are obviously a miracle. But the speed is faster than the old man. What a freak. Keep going like this, we can't run. Don't worry, it's their strategy. But there's only speed. Even if you catch up, there's nothing. Unless they are close to us. Let's deal with them all once. Corners of mouth slightly tucked. The most obvious is a mysterious smile. I can't help but be stunned. God in his heart did not clearly suspect or ask anything. How to do it? Most likely, he laughed softly and said, "These for people use magic. Of course you can't fight alone. Want to eliminate have to solve for people. If only deal with one useless guy. So we bow to heaven and hear that he has a way." Two eyes lit up muttering. Chuckle. Most certainly towards the heavens. Frown said, "Old man, do you still remember the third form of friction?" Words just said. The heavenly ceremony immediately understood and nodded. With Track Nat Fam glanced at each other and laughed loudly. Finally, he raised his eyebrows and said to Track Nat Fam, "Let's do it together. Ensure safety, that is, of course, ha ha ha." Most certainly the mortal smiled lightly and the hand began to form seals. The ceremony of the heavenly monks also follows closely behind the Madra. At this time the four demons also came. The great demon killer spoke up for two people. "You just need to get your hands tied. He saved your lives. There's a skull scepter for us." The two stingy demons also added a sentence. Most likely, his mouth revealed a strange smile, glancing at the starry tears. At the same time nod. Next, the most likely way forward is in front of the weeping. Scream for an hour. Friction 3 superb you long devil soaking. Lifting under the scream. The two heads suddenly appeared. Carrying with big roar. Intermingled with the two spirits of the Master of God. Turned into a sonar. Towards the magic book of the four demons' law. The four demons couldn't help but panic when they saw this. They didn't expect you either. That knows the sound wave universe. This is the essence of integration. The battle of the four of them. But now I know it's too late. They can't escape either. Each wave of sound came in the blink of an eye and crashed through for people. The terrible cry could not be heard. Spitting a big sip of blood. Falling unconscious of personnel. The devil grips the corner of his shirt. Angry scolding too. Ecstatic and still holding so tight. It's not a bad name for a miser. The old man now sends the four of you to hell. The four true demons. The drill was so. But right now, most likely, he suddenly put on his hand. The four of us used him temporarily. It's their sixth wind. Hee. Listen to this ceremony. The sutra glances most surely understands the nods. Laughing for an hour. The four of you have suffered. 265 seconds later, the killer slowly opened his eyes. I don't even know the situation. Doubt or murmur, what was that? The old man was stunned. But when you look down, I found myself tied up. Look to the side again. I see my friends are also tied up. He screamed in amazement. Three of you wake up. We've been caught. I feel like my Vi is not working. He threw his face up in the air and shouted at his mother. Who has no eyes to bind us for demons? Wake up and let them go. If not, I will let you die without a place to be buried. At this moment, a small laugh broke out. The two most evil people, slowly moving in front of you. They say with contemptuous lips. It's true that the minds of these four guys are not normal. It's become a piece of meat on the table. But dare to open your mouth to talk extravagantly. The four demons saw the two coming and looked at them. Constantly yelling at you as a percentage shit. Your mother. I can see that they still have the power to curse. Emitting a loud scream. The fakir kids. Do you believe? Say another hour. The old man beat you to death. This word just came out. The four demons immediately shut up. They look crazy and crazy. But also afraid of death. Most likely, I saw them keep their mouths shut. These four have no minds. But you also know the time. Just threaten a sentence already obeyed. But this is also good for the doctor to ask. I thought and looked down. Coldly inquired. Now I'm going to ask you some questions. Answer me honestly. If there's half a lie, I will kill you now. The four demons who heard this raised their heads and puffed their chests. A form that is not dead. Probably most people don't pay attention to them. Speak up and ask me. I heard you were locked up in a mountain of lightning. Why are you out again? It is wrong to release you. I don't know, the killer screamed. Most likely, the cold smile is good. He killed him. Wait, we don't really know. But the tidal wave hasn't come yet. The killer's face changed. Voice pleading. Please let us out. We just got out of the cage. It hasn't been months. I haven't played enough and I don't want to die. Honor if you don't want to die. What's the point of being a hero? The terrors of heaven despise the cold. Most likely, he glanced at him angrily. There's nothing left to say. I thought they were strong-willed. These guys are so good. No doubt, or in his heart, he has not answered. So continue to turn towards the four demons. Someone let you out. Why don't you know who that person is? You didn't mean to fool me. We are in your hands now. How dare we deceive you, we don't really know. The devil carefully remembered. Last voiced 8 months ago. We are still under the ban of lightning. Suffering the pain of being bitten by lightning, heart and liver. Suddenly, a gap appears. We're not stupid. Of course, there's a way to live. But I didn't see anyone after I went out. So I've been wandering around. Murder, arson, destruction of the family. Destroy a city or something. Wait at the sow after you get out. Are those things? Most likely, the blinking is not very clear. The 4 demons looked at each other. It also makes a mocking sound. Fierce devil laughing monster said, I know you're a nerd. Practical knowledge is poor. We are you, the world of evil. Not kill the arsonist. What's a grimoire? They just kill more people. Do more bad things. Then we can get close to the truth of the magic. Not to waste a life. My brother Min is a ghost. It's us. Shocking tears of contempt pouting for lunatics. The worst part is touching your nose in anger. For shallow people who have been practicing magic all their lives. Reach the position of the emperor. They don't understand magic as deeply as they do. It's called magic. After all, it's just one word. Private. The devil doesn't bother with anything. Fight only for your own good. Even if you kill people and set them on fire just because someone else is blocking your way. It's just a trick, not a goal. But these are using tricks for their purposes. It's a mix-up.